Hi students, we're going to assemble the full instrument, but before we do that I'd like you to take a look at your case and compare it to our cases right here. We have two cases, and really important to make sure that the correct side is upward. And you might notice that maybe your case looks like this one. It has a Yamaha on the top, and this one has a little buffet symbol right on the side. They each have latches that are different, but you'll notice that if we lift it from the bottom, it does work that way. Same thing here, lifting from the bottom. And one other telltale sign is that you have a smaller top than the bottom, and that way you're sure to open it so it doesn't spill out incorrectly. So you can see the instrument is in its spot right there. Okay. And we're going to use this other instrument here in this case. And this one should open just right, and you'll see how it's laid in there. We're going to work on the assembly of the main part of the instrument, and that means that we're going to start by putting cork grease on a cork. And each time I'm going to take out two pieces. One is the bell and the lower joint. And the lower joint, I'm going to put a little teeny bit, maybe enough like if I took my fingernail and put a little bit on the little dab on it. I'm just going to put just a little bit on there, and I'll rub it around the outside. If you don't like getting it on your fingers, you could just sort of lightly put it around there, and that'll work too. If you have one of those little tub types, just use the back of your fingernail and then rub it around, and that works out pretty nicely. So putting that away, and I'm going to connect the bell to the lower joint. One thing to be careful of here is to make sure that the hand goes on a place that we don't have a lot of keys and rods, and it won't bend it that way. So we're going to put this now on here. I'm going to twist it just a little bit, and there you go. It just went on pretty easily. I had to press a little bit and twist. On the next one, you will do cork grease on the other corks, but I don't need any right now, so I will avoid that today. Now we have the bell, the lower joint, and the upper joint. And to connect the upper joint to the lower joint, we must be sure and press this key downward. What that does is it lifts, if I press that, it lifts something here called the bridge key, and it puts it in the correct position so it doesn't get bent. So let me hold on to that with my finger. I'm going to hold on to the bottom joint, low down here where there aren't any keys. I'm going to put them directly above each other, and before I push it together, you'll notice that there are holes in the front, on the top, and the bottom. And so we're going to line those up. I have my finger there, and then I'm going to twist until the bridge key is over the bottom bridge key. So that's what it looks like when that part's assembled. Okay, and I like to have students leave their instruments. I might refer to this in class as, in this position we call it a tree, but to save it in case it falls, let's turn them into logs, so if they happen to have an accident, they'll roll rather than fall downward. I have already pre-assembled the mouthpiece and barrel, which is in a previous video in this packet, so I'm not going to go over that right now. But when I attach it to the rest of the instrument, I do the same thing. I look for a spot where there's not too many keys, and I can put the palm of my hand, and it could be here or it could be down here, whichever you're able to handle. And I put it together, and slight twisting. I think I'll use the upper joint there. Slight twisting, and the thing I want you to notice is that when you're looking at the front of the instrument, the mouthpieces with the black part on the top, if I turn it around and show you the back piece, you'll notice that where there are very few holes and keys, if you just center that reed right there. So This is your clarinet assembled.